Good evening, everyone, and welcome to another round of sound. This is the #1 Cochran Sports Showdown. I'm Bob Pompeani. We always have a lot to talk about, and tonight is no exception. We'll get into Pitt suspending 3 of its players, including one of its marquee players for the Penn State game and beyond. Also, Connor Sheary gets a new contract. What will the Penguins do when it comes to a third-line center? That's still in play. Le'Veon Bell, the Steelers are back. We'll talk about him. Ben Roethlisberger talking retirement. But the #1 topic tonight on the #1 Cochran Sports Showdown will be the Pittsburgh Pirates, who laid an egg out west, 3-6 on a road trip, which has essentially taken them out of any legitimate talk about winning a division. Here's your panel, left to right on your television screen. Beginning to the left, it is Andrew Fillipponi from the Cochran Pony Show, 93.7 The Fan. Colin Dunlap, who anchors the Fan Morning Show in the middle. And to the right, it is outstanding journalist of the Associated Press, Will Graves. So we'll get right into this. I'm going to start with Andrew McCutchen. Andrew, since your name is Andrew, we'll start with you. So today he has one of those days. 3 home runs, 2 walks, 4 runs, and he has 22 runs batted and could be comeback player of the year. The Pirates are in a little bit of a conundrum here because Bob Nutting in the past has gone on record saying he'd like to sign him long term. They've also tried to trade him. Tomorrow's a trade deadline. What will happen?
They'll stand pat. They'll give you one of those kind of ringamarole, how they just barely missed the guys that they really wanted, and just the kind of big deal that they were searching for, the big fish just never landed on their hook. And then I think what it sets up, Bob, is one of these off seasons where it's going to be put up or shut up time for the Pirates, because if they are truly going into the last year of Andrew McCutchen's contract, the bridge has to lead to 2018 being the year that they put their eggs into that basket, and that should mean boosting their payroll to take one last shot with McCutchen on the roster.
I could see Tony Watson getting traded, maybe, if people still have a lot of value in him, because they definitely have a lot of value in left-handed relievers. And by the way, welcome back from your 2-month vacation, Bob. Nice to see that you still work.
Pop, it ain't easy, and it also ain't cheap either. I know that.
That's right.
But in terms of McCutchen, I've long banged the drum that it's extend the guy time. I'd rip up the option year next year. I'd give him 4 years. If I were the Pirates, I'd offer him 4 and 18, start there.
But that's not going to happen, Colin.
I know, but if I were the Pirates, I would do that. And if I'm McCutchen, I say no. I want 4 and 22, and see if we could talk about it and meet in the middle.
So then what do you do? Trade him tomorrow, or
you ride it out like you did Russell Martin if you're the Pirates, and they look terrible and silly for doing it. But that's probably what's going to happen. But
Look, you look at the division, I'd put a for sale sign up. Everything that's not nailed down, I would go. I'm literally hitting the blow it up button, because when you look at the Cubs, are you going to be better than the Cubs next year?
No.
You're not going to be better than the Cubs. Andrew McCutchen is more valuable as an asset to them, as a tradable asset, than he is as a player over the next 18 months.
No, he's not. But he's not over the next 5 years. Right now, Andrew McCutchen is your one sure bet in the outfield. Marte, you don't know what's happening with him. Polanco, hurt all the time. Austin Meadows, no idea what he's going to be. Andrew McCutchen at 33 years old, right now, if you were to project it out, if he's one of your best, how does the conversation even advance past that a good move is to trade him?
But if you're not going, they're not going. Are they going anywhere? I mean, the last year and a half, they are 6 games under 500. They went 3-6 on a road trip. They needed to go 6-3 to even
Will,
stay
I
on the fringe.
understand.
So then, Will, what are you doing? You're trading him tomorrow?
I would, yeah. I mean, is he going to be more valuable in December than he is right now?
I'm saying he's going to be more valuable in 3 years than anyone they have in the organization.
If he's going to walk at the end of this contract, because what he views his value as, and what the Pirates view his value as, into his mid-30s. The gap is massive, and that's not going to change. So what are you going to do? You're just going to let him walk? You have to get value for him. To me,
yeah, but Will, it's not a good market for trading outfielders. Right. I mean, look at what J.D. Martinez in the last 2 years is one of the best slugging outfielders in baseball. Look at his home run totals. Okay, like the best Detroit got back in that deal was like Arizona's 7th rated player. I mean,
I got this figured out. Everybody says, well, Nutting's cheap, Nutting's cheap. Some people say Nutting's not cheap, it's overblown. You're going to find out with Andrew McCutchen if Bob Nutting's willing to pay what you pay for a guy that is of this talent.
Colin, I hate to say that, but I say this, but I don't think that that's true.
How is it not?
Because I think that this front office believes in the analytics and the sabermetric numbers. And if you look at that data,
right,
Andrew McCutchen is not a great player.
Well, if you look at this data,
do you agree with me on that,
went
Will?
over the fence today, Andrew.
But do you agree with me with that, Will? The analytics say he's not a great player.
Look at the resume.
I know.
The resume says he's $22 million a year minimum.
But
what data did they have to sign Marte and Polanco through 2021? What data did they have for that?
I think Pony's probably right that they're going to stand pat with McCutchen. But I think it's more for PR than anything else, because how do you sell that the next day? You give away your most important player in the last 25 years for whoever you get, and maybe you get a couple of high-end prospects. We can't look at the farm system anymore and say, oh, that's going to save the day. Who thought that the Liplo kid was going to get here before Austin Meadows?
What was your question? So how do they roster?
No, I mean, how do they sell McCutchen not being on the roster on Tuesday for the rest of the year? If they trade him in December, they got 3 months to reset the narrative. That, to me, is why they probably don't make a move, because how do you sell it to the fan base when you try to make some money? Attendance is down, what, 22%?
But do you buy their idea that they have a real chance in 2018?
No. I mean, I think you have to reset. I really think you have to reset.
Quintana. If they would have got one more starter, I would have. But
the time to make a move was in April when Marte got suspended, and they did nothing. They played
nothing.
They played boggle in right field by choosing different guys, trying to see if somebody could play the position. That was when you had to catch the Cubs. You didn't, and now you're out.
How about trading for somebody the first day you're in Colorado and Polanco gets hurt?
Somebody named Jay Bruce.
The point is, it should have been done like Will said, and I've been saying this too. Back at the beginning, they pocketed the money. They talk about financial flexibility. Where is it? It was flexible right there. You had money because you weren't paying Gong, you weren't paying Marte. Do something. It was a winnable division this year. It won't be next year. You can almost mark that down. The Cubs are not going to be this bad this year. Next year, they'll be better. So, real quick, Garrett Cole, that's another thing we should talk about, because, people are going to be looking around. There is a pitcher's market. People are out there looking to get pitching. Does it change the narrative that he won today? And they need him, given the fact that they have a lot of question marks, in the pitching department. Will, we'll start with you on this to make it quick.
Well, I said like a month ago, Garrett Cole was my line in the sand, that if I was a Pirate fan and they traded Garrett Cole before they really, really had to pay him, I would be out. That being said, I'm endorsing blowing the whole thing up, if you can get something of value, I'm sure everybody's got a price, right? Neil says he listens to all phone calls, right? He's got something. If he hears what he likes, I'm not saying you trade him, but
if they trade Garrett Cole, you better call Mike Burns and the Arson Squad, because they're going to burn down PNC Park.
I'm not disagreeing.
I don't agree with that, Colin.
Okay.
You know why? Because he is a very polarizing player among the fan base. Some believe that he is a legitimate #1 pitcher. Others believe that he is vastly overrated. And I'll tell you what, I know what he's not. He's not one of the 5 or 10 or 15 best pitchers in baseball. So to me, if you're of Will's mind that you're not going anywhere in the next 2 or 3 years.
But who do they have that's better? Who do they have, the Pirates?
Well, to me, it's a question about the winner again. Where is he a guy, because pitching and controllable pitching is in demand, can you fleece a team and trade him? If you can get a Chris Sale return this offseason, I would trade it, Garrett Cole. I would.
Well, they have things to do, and they should spend money in the offseason. That's when you can help your team move forward and have your core and surround them. But the last 2 offseasons, they haven't done that. All right, when we come back, we're going to talk about the Steelers in action. A couple of practices at Latrobe High School today, back at St. Vincent. A lot of different injuries out there. And we'll talk about Le'Veon Bell. Why did he turn the contract offer down? Should he have done that, and should he be there? That's all next right here on the #1 Cochran Sports Showdown. The #1 Cochran Sports Showdown is brought to you by #1 Cochran. Go one better. And by Highmark Blue Cross Blue Shield. Have a greater hand in your health.